Hello everybody, Jared back again, and welcome back for another episode of Vintage Story. And welcome to our new home base. Our new home base. That's where we ended off the last episode, getting ourselves in this nice little peninsula over here. Let's scroll out right here, and we've decided that this is our final spot. Found some brown coal right off the bat, and yeah, that's where we ended off. There are animals galore here. In fact, because I'm running out of food, I remember we killed a boar right at the end of last episode, and there is a good old-fashioned wolf right near my boar. Do I have all three of my spears on me? I do. Let's see if I can get this guy. He's running away, actually, which bodes well for me. He's still gonna be injured, so maybe he'll come back. But for right now, because I actually have no food here, I left all my food back at home base. I wanted to get that food right off the bat so I can make myself a little bit of something to munch when necessary. Let's see if I can get a second spot on this guy. I want both his skin and his meat. I think I just saw a baby pig, but he might have been a rabbit. No, it's a baby pig. That's probably the baby pig of that boar I just skinned. Sorry, buddy. You grow up nice and fat so I can eat you later. I want to grab some berries. Do I get 4? All right, 5. So that should be enough to make myself at least a little meal to take on my adventure. Let's go get that sitting on the fire. Gonna need you. Oh, I do want the bones. Thank you for the commenter that did confirm that yes, you do need to take the bones away to repopulate. They will not spawn properly if you do not do that. Let's grab a little bit of wood here because I need a little bit of firewood. I don't want to grab too big of a tree. Let's just do this one. Is there even smaller one? No, there is not. Let's grab this guy right here. Shouldn't be too many logs. Just need a little bit of firewood. And come on, 30. Boom. Perfect amount of firewood. Just perfect. I think I probably checked this last. You know what? If there's anything under there, we'll find it later. I've been doing a little bit of planning in my free time, just before I do this recording about what we're gonna do for this settlement here, and I've got some pretty awesome ideas in mind. So look forward to that as we start chatting about it. All right, let's get this thing down. So I want you there, and then I need you guys using my axe to get myself some firewood. Seeing as it's the only fuel I have, I'll get 12. So I can get the fire started and then just immediately fed with you. I want you. And I'm gonna do, if I actually had this guy open, 1, 2, and then some berries. Oh, nope, it'll only allow me to do it like that. That's okay, that's totally fine. Do I have fire? I do not have fire. I need a fire starter. And you know what, we got the sticks for it, so we might as well just make ourselves a little torch to keep it, although I have that guy, so torch maybe not necessary. That's okay. So for a fire starter, I need you, and you. Boom, and then we'll just grab a torch. Just to have it on hand, right? So I also just like, it's easier to light a torch than just light the fire, I think. You can use this thing to just actually light the fire if you wanted to. But I'm gonna go the torch route if it actually ignites. There we go. And then if you shift, control, click, you can lean things against a wall, by the way. Little trick that took me a while to learn. All right, let's get this guy motoring along, because this is the only food I've got. I think one of the first things I'm gonna do is run up to the old base. And, what am I looking at here? There we go. And get my food, because I left all of that back at the old base, and I want that. Let's also just immediately throw all of this into here. Although I could have just taken that chest that was just chilling there, but that's okay. I made a choice. Did I put the sticks in there? No. Where are they? Right there. Let's also make ourselves a little bit of tool racks here. Get 2 of them. You in there. We'll get all of this nicely oriented in the future, but for right now, just somewhere to put like my saw and where's the hammer? Hammers. Yeah, let's just get these guys placed away somewhere so that they're not hidden in a chest. what am I doing? There we go. How far along are you? You probably didn't actually need that much fire. That's okay. Finish off. So I'll take 1 serving in you. In fact, let's just munch on these berries while we're waiting. I see that it is done. Ah! Get that firewood out of there. All right, and we'll stack the firewood there. Let's grab you, fill you up. Holy crap. Ah! Be gone from here. Oh. It is daylight, my friend. Man, these guys' hitbox is so hard to hit sometimes. There it goes. All right, are you gonna give me something cool, Mr. Shiver? Yeah, you are. Flax fibers, right off the bat. Perfect. Ooh, actually, do I want to head back for the food? You know what? The food is nice and safe right now. I've got myself a little bit of food just sitting on me. I think before I leave and go back for the food, I want to get this flax I have, this flax in the ground and growing as soon as humanly possible. So the spot that I have for that is going to be right on this little hill here. I believe right here. No, down here. Where is the... Right, yeah, the peat is right there. So I was planning on doing it about right here. So I'm gonna start carving into this hill. Luckily, this is like all medium soil, so on medium fertility soil there, you can see. So I should just be able to plant directly into this. There are 2 types of soil that are better than medium fertility soil. There is TerraPretty and there is high fertility soil, but I have yet to come across either of those. You almost never come across TerraPretty. It is very, 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 very rare. High fertility soil is a little bit less rare. Both of them are also craftable. Craftable is the word, but obviously we have not gotten that point yet. We need a bunch of different ingredients to get those guys craftable. But I feel like for right now, just getting some initial crops into this medium fertility soil is going to be the first thing we're going to do. So I'm going to get myself a quick spot going here. I have 64, actually I think I have 62 flax seeds, but the 64 are what I'm really going to go for. And I'll get those planned out and we'll get some seeds in the ground. All right, I'm gonna need a few hoes to get this thing going. So let's start off with 2 of these. I will most likely go through more than 2 of them, to be honest. These hoes are easy to break, if I do say so myself. So I got quite a big line of the stuff going on here. I don't even know if I did the math correctly or at all. Did I even do any math? This is an excellent question. I'll do the math as we go, but you just take the hoe and you get this area going here. So what I do is I do a 9 square with the center dug out for some water, and that will allow us to saturate the ground around it in water. So that's how hydration works. What's the word I'm looking for? Moisture. That's how the moisture system works. So I mean, there's multiple ways to get moisture into the soil. There is having a water block touching the actual block. So with the center being water, it's touching all of these different blocks, even through the corner. And that's going to give each of these blocks 75% moisture. And then if it's 2 blocks away, I believe it gets 50%. So you could do a 1 layer farther, but your crops are only going to get 50% moisture, which means they're going to grow a little bit slower. So, and the other ways to get them watered is you can get yourself a clay watering can, and there goes my first pickaxe, my first hoe, or rain. So it's actually raining right now. So these guys are going to be getting watered as we speak, which is pretty awesome. All right, that is 8 spots all done. 8 times 8 is 64. That should be the correct amount. I didn't bring my seeds with me, did me? No, I think I left my seeds back in the space here. I almost went through the entirety of this pickaxe too. Let's lean you against the wall. Yes, I have 2 extra flax grains, but I'm gonna leave those until I can actually get the proper amount. Let's get this flax in the ground. And I should also get myself the ingredients for a bucket. Let's see if I even have the ingredients for a bucket. I've got U5, and I do not have the ingredients for a rope. So I'm gonna have to go get myself ingredients for a rope in the bucket at some other point here. Let's get these guys in the ground at first. It is, you know, raining, so these guys probably have 100% moisture. Yes, it's raining. So it's not a horribly intense need to get these guys watered in the center. So you can see animals around. So raccoons and rabbits will eat your crops. I do not believe they'll eat flax, to be honest. I think they'll just eat your vegetables. So, you know, if I had some like onions going or something, I'd be in a little bit more danger. But I think with my flax, I'll be fine. And my plan is to fence these in anyway. All right, there we go. We got all of our flax in the ground. This is going to take, actually, because I have the more information mod up the top there, it's telling me how long until the next stage. So it's growth stage 1 of 9. So it'll take 44 hours to get to the next stage. And depending on the quality of your soil, I believe you get a little bit of a speed boost on the quality of the soil. You also have more nutrients, and we'll take a look at that later as well. Luckily, these trees here give me vines, which are... Wow, did that vine just attach itself to the wall? Vine, you only need 3 of them instead of the 6 cattails for a rope. All right, bucket is a rope and 5 logs. Other reason why you really want to get that that saw as soon as possible. All right, I'm gonna grab the water. You want to make sure that you're utilizing fresh water, not seawater, so you can know if you have the right water. If you hover over it, it says 10 liters of water. So if I were to grab this water from the ocean, it would be salt water, which would obviously be not great for crops. Because I have the transport liquid setting on, that means I can just, these are all infinite sources of water. So using control, I'm emptying the water into the spot I'm aiming at, then I'm filling it back up and just going to the next one. And now this water will saturate all of the blocks surrounding it. Absolutely awesome. I'm probably gonna want another set of these guys relatively soon. Let's actually just get ourselves prepped for it by throwing all of this dirt that I've got chilling in my inventory down. But what I'm gonna want is I'm gonna want a... You know what? Let's go crazy and do a 4-way walkway so I can have a double wide path, and then I can have fences on either side. So that means this is the start of it, right? So railing, path, railing, and then here we go. So it's actually gonna go all the way out to here. In fact, it's gonna go one further than that. No, out to here, because that's where my railing for this one's gonna be, right? Yeah, that and then railing. Yeah, perfect. Let's get this guy, at least all of the dirt that I've dug up out here and possibly even prepped. I could take the rest of that hoe and just finish it off, just so it's not just chilling in the room there. That's it for my hoe. Let's get some water in these guys. So I got myself a little bit more there. I also collected, and I'm gonna leave this bucket down here. We'll just call it my bucket. Got my last 2 flax seeds. I also brought my 6 spelt seeds. Is that what those are? So if you hover over the seed, it'll say what its cold and heat resistance is as well. So spelt is great because it's up to 40 degrees, heat resistant, and cold up to -5. Love spelt. I think rye is a little bit less heat resistant. It only goes to like 27 or something. So you have to make sure you're planting in the right season. So in spring, it's only going to get up to, so that's midday right now, or I guess it's evening, but it's like 17 degrees. But in the summer, it gets to like late 30s here. So these guys are going to go a little bit better, which is awesome. And flax, I believe it's also -5 to 40, so it's not that bad. All right, so we got some grain in the ground, which is absolutely awesome. I think I am going to make the jaunt back home, so all the way up here. I'm going to grab... You know what I might be able to do? Yeah, I won't bring my bucket, and I can just grab that entire thing of food and put it on my back, because I can use the CarryOn mod for that. So I'm going to run right back, get the food, and bring it back here, guys. And I think, unless I see something along the way, I'll see you when I get back. Woo! These wolves. I need to get myself some armor, even if it's just some rough armor going on here. Maybe I'll do that when I get back to the base. But I just killed 2 wolves, and I see a third one right there that I think I'm at low enough health that I'm gonna try and go around this guy. It's dangerous space out here, you guys. Dangerous, dangerous place. I should be able to get some of my health back if I do a little bit of munching here, because my my hunger is down, thereby I'm not getting as much health back. When you have higher satiety, you gain your health back a little faster. And that's the last of my food, so I really got to get back to my food. And home sweet home. All right, let's see what else we want to be able to be bringing from in here. What did I leave behind back here? Got room for the blue clay, sure. I've got room for you. And I've got room for the charcoal. Perfect. Let's also just grab a half stack of the berries to munch on the way. And he says immediately, let's just toss you away. I need the empty hand to grab it. Put you on my back, re-pick you up, and head back to where we came from. I guess I'll see you when I get back home. All right, I am back home and trying to lock myself in there because there are horrors out there that I do not want to deal with. I believe I have a door somewhere. Sorry about the glitching there. Do I have a door? I thought I had a door. Solid door. Let's get you in there. Ah! That's not the right place. Do not get in here. We need to make this a little bit more secure in the future. There we go. Somewhat secure. There's not a hole in the wall there. All right, let's get some stuff put down. I do have some more dirt on me here. Let's continue to throw a bunch of this stuff in here. I'm gonna need to take a moment and really organize this in a moment here. But I want to get myself a cellar going relatively quickly here. Let's poke our nose in here and see if we can get away with making ourselves a little bit of a cellar. Don't come and get me, monsters. There we go. Thank you very much. All right, cool. This will be our initial cellar. If I empty you, let's fill in the thing. I'm not exactly sure what the dimensions are that you need to have for a cellar. It's just darkness, but you'll know you're in a proper room. Oh, it's not telling me. Usually it'll give me a little symbol. It might still be too big, actually. That's not the right direction. It's darkness. Brightness. It might be too big to be a cellar. Is it 7 by 7? I thought it was like a 14 by... Oh, this isn't empty yet. That's what's happened. There we go. Now if I were to close it up. Now I'm in a house, but if I were to get a door there, I would be in a cellar. Do I have... Oh, got flame. Let's put the torch in here because it was pitch dark and that was not helpful. But with this, now if I were to... Do I have more wood? Yeah, let's make another door. So we don't have to get in the darkness again. Now if I were to do this... It turns into a cellar. You can see it up here. That little symbol means I'm in a cellar. That is my HUD mod, so you're just gonna have to know. There is a command key that will allow you to figure out if you're in a cellar or not. I cannot for the life of me remember which one it is, so I just used the mod. Let's get our nice little storage unit in here. So now that we are in a cellar, this is gonna have a lot more of a perishable speed. As you can see actually on it there, vegetables are going to degrade by 0.19, grains even more, and others at a quarter amount of degradation. They'll decompose slower. Yes, rot slower. So all these are going to rot a little slower, including our hides, which is absolutely awesome. Which we have 7 of, and we need to get that thing going into leather making as soon as humanly possible. That would be awesome. It is low rift activity outside, but still middle of the night. Let's chat a little bit about the plan of action for our little spot here. So here's my thinking. I've got these 2 hot springs over here. Not hot, well, they are hot springs. They're hot geysers. There's a word for them. I believe that in the future, one of the timeline stepping stones for the game is they do want to integrate some power into utilizing these things, some geothermal power. But right now, All they really do is kill you and kill animals. And they have nerfed them in certain ways. You can't really do the kill huts and the kill zones using them properly anymore. But that's okay. I still want to integrate them into my design. And my thought is to put my house on this hill overlooking the water and create kind of like a hot spring resort sauna thing around them and like make like a beautiful deck all around these guys. Because the beauty of them is that in the winter, if you stand near them, you actually will heat up. So I can use them as an actual natural hot spring and like just put some nice decks around them. I just have to be careful I'm not going to step in them because I will hurt myself. Yeah, so my plan is house up here, and then along the water here, putting my greenhouses and crop stuff along here. And then in the back here in the mountain up here, this would be where our forge and windmill are. So house, greenhouses, some farmland, and then back up here would be our windmill, forgery, and all that kind of stuff. And then over on this side, possibly, we would do animal, livestock, and stuff. And then my thought was down by the water, we would have a dock, and then maybe do our alchemy potion kind of stuff in there. / in the greenhouse, because my plan is to have at least 4 greenhouses, 2 for vegetables and fruit, so fruit trees, and then 2 for flowers and bees. So we'll do bees and flowers in actual greenhouses, because we need the flowers for the bees, but we also need them for potion making. So I think it's a little bit of a double-headed sword. Yeah, double-headed sword. That's kind of the plan. But my plan isn't to like try and do all of that all at once, because that's going to be way too much work. So the thought is that we do a little bit at a time, take on like one big project at a time. And that way we can actually take our time with each project and try and finish it to the extent that we can at whatever, state of the game we're in, because we can't do everything until we get all the materials. So on that note, I think the first one that we want to do is going to be the forgery, or at least the part of the forgery that we're going to utilize to get our initial metals going. So we don't need to get like our Hellhammer setup going or anything like that, just the initial part of it. But before we do that, we need to make ourselves more food, because we are going to starve here relatively quickly if we don't get going. So we've got a bunch of meat chilling in here, right? Am I correct about that? By a bunch, I mean we have 4. That does mean, you know what? We also have 2 turnips, so we should be able to make 2 meals here, because you can only do, let's take you away. It has to be 2 different sets of meat. It can't just be the one. You can't just do this, unfortunately. That is nothing. But if I do that, then it's 2 servings. So it needs to be 2 servings of meat and then either vegetables or fruit. This would create 2 servings of red meat stew with boiled turnips and stewed red currants. Absolutely beautiful. And let's get ourselves a bit of food, fuel in there. 5 should probably do the trick. And I need to get myself a torch holder, man. Finding ourselves a torch holder in a ruin is one of the initial things we got to get going here. Absolutely beautiful. There we go. Put you back up in there. I might want to just change, although this is actual our lighting source, isn't it? Maybe I want to fire a few more oil lamps as our initial food lighting source, because I don't want to keep knocking these down. You know what? That's a great thing for me to do with the rest of my night. Let's make ourselves a few more bowls for firing. All right, so there is my 8 bowls done. I need to get myself a little bit of a spot to do some clay forming, to do some pit kilning. I think I'm gonna get myself even further back here, so maybe I'll make myself like a layers of rooms. But I'm just a little concerned that there's gonna be some critters out in the night here, so I want to continue to chip away at this room to make sure that there isn't any night critters trying to get me. And unfortunately, there are different creatures that will be able to just clamber these walls. So I need to be really careful that I have them at least somewhat dug up. All right, let's make the pit kilns over here. I don't want to have too many of them. And there goes that pickaxe I was trying to break last episode. And maybe I don't have the smoke mod. There is a realistic smoke mod, which would mean this would be a horrible thing because I'd be filling this entire cave of smoke. But I don't have that, so I can just light fires in here to my heart's content. Let's make ourselves 2 little pit kilns here. I can go 3 if I wanted to. I'll also pick you up so I stop just walking over you. Is my inventory full? No, it's not. All right, I don't have them picked up yet. And before I go anywhere else, let's put a door. So that way this stays as a cellar. And let's pick up these guys. How far do these guys stack? Oh, they can stack all the way up to 8. Perfect. I tried to go out there and get some grass, but there is a baddie just waiting out there for me. Oh, on that note, I want to get myself some primitive armor. So what is the primitive armor? How is that? Primitive armor. What was it made out of? I know it's made out of firewood. There, we'll just use firewood and press H. There it is. Improvised body armor. So it takes some dry grass and then it looks like, what is that? 14 firewood? All right, so that means I need a little bit more firewood. Luckily, I've got a few more logs on me. That's 16 firewood. So that was you, and a knife. And if I press C, I can put that on my body. So this is going to give me percentage protective, 55%, 75 durability, and 0 protective tier. That is not, I repeat, not good protectiveness. But you know what? Nothing or something is better than nothing. Let's put you back up there. This is done. What did I do with my bowl? Bowl? Did I put you in here? Where's my bowl? There's my bowl. Oh, thank goodness. And let's take ourselves a little bit of stew here. And take one sitting on our back for good measure. All right. Again, I keep saying I'm going to organize this, but I'm not going to. At least not yet. Well, no, it's actually 4 in the morning. I'm going to go out. I'm heading out. I need to get myself some more dry grass, and hopefully our friend out here has run away. And it looks like he has. We are free to get ourselves out of here collecting some grass. What is that? Oh, shoot. You dick. Botorn. Do not kill me. Thank you very much. All right, are you the only villain out here? So far, you're the only villain I see. These Boathorns are frickin' snipers. He has a bone arrow, but I'm not playing with bows. I'm actually just not even gonna grab it. Your body can sit there as a warning to the rest of them. There we go. All right, let's collect ourselves some more grass. I need 20, seeing as I used a bunch of them for my armor. There we go. And then I need sticks. Did I have enough sticks collected that I don't need to worry about it, or do I have to go worry about it? Gosh darn it, I have to go worry about it, don't I? All right, fine. Sticks. Let's also make sure that these guys are in there. I have shears, don't I? I do have shears. That's gonna make stick collecting a lot easier. Let's go see how good the larch is for giving sticks, because I actually don't know if it's a good stick collecting tree or not. It doesn't look terrible. I'm pretty sure that... Oh, this is actually a pretty nice stick collecting bush here, isn't it? I'm pretty sure, so this is larch, and then I think that this is a maple forest, so that's probably also a maple forest. Now, I hate the way maple looks for building, but maple is absolutely glorious in terms of giving branches. I'm actually going to go over here and see if this is also maple, but I also see a little bit of a ruin over there, so maybe we'll get, you know, a 2 for 1. Young pear, I think that's our first pear. And yes, I was correct, this is a maple forest. So maple, much better for the twigs. Look at all these branches. Heck to the yeah. But yeah, absolutely. In my opinion, I don't like, you guys make your own choices about what you like for your wood. But when it comes to actually making these, there's kind of an ugly purple in my opinion. There's much prettier purples out there, such as walnut or heart fruit. Oh, heart fruit. It's going to be a while before we get there. All right, let's head back. When I said heart fruit, I meant purple heart wood. Not heart fruit, purple heart. There we go. All right, let's get these guys filled in. 1, 2, 1, 2, and let's do this little test. So we're gonna put you down there, get the rest of this stuff over here, and let's grab some charcoal. I don't know how much it takes. Let's take a look gander. Just 4, perfect. And ourselves a torch. But before we do that, put all of you guys in there. Where is my torch? There it is. And see what the difference in speed here is. So, I think this one is 15 hours, right? 16 hours, and this is going to be 10 hours. All right, cool. That's a big difference, actually. All right, so that's going to be a bunch more bowls of fat, but what we need before we do bowls of fat is we need the actual fat. We only have 3 fat right now. So, what do we want to do for fat? Well, there's a bunch of animals out here, although all those animals want to kill me. Let's also take a little bit of a little munch there on the note of animals wanting to kill me. And before we jump out there, you know what? Let's get this bush meat just burning on the fire here. So I'm going to take the cooking pot off and just put the bush meat directly on. Put all of it on. You can't cook with bush meat. I don't know if we've talked about that yet or not. So really the only thing you can do is just fire it over a fire, if that makes sense. And then eat it piece by piece. There are mods that will allow you to put bushmeat into things, but in vanilla or non-modded, the only way to cook it is just directly on a fireplace, like so. All right, let's find a way to get some more food in our bellies here. I see a wolf, and I've got enough hit points. If I press C, get rid of you. I've got 17 hit points. So wolves will do, I believe, 8 damage each swipe. So I should be able to survive multiple hits by that guy, but also if I'm making him running away, then that's even better. Did you fall down there? He might have fell down the hole. Well, that's not good because I don't want to go down that hole. I also see the bear. Let's plan to make that danger not be a danger anymore. So, fighting bears. There's basically 2 ways to fight a bear. There is the pit way, and then there's the nerd polling way. I don't have enough spears, and I don't want to build the amount of spears I need to do the nerd polling way. So I'm going to do the pit technique. So the way I do it, just making sure that he's staying away and that there's no wolves trying to get me, is I do a 3x5 hole. So you can do a 3x3 hole. That also works. But the 3x5 hole means that I have a little bit more of a wider base to run, if that makes sense. All right, let's get this thing dug out there, and then I'll show you how it works. So 3x5. It needs to be 3 deep, or that bear will just pop out immediately, just like the goat. I should have made the other one 3x3. Perfect. If I had some ladders, you could just ladder up. Bears can climb ladders, so do not nerd pole up with ladders because that bear will just go get you. All right, he is right there. I need some stones. Or is he just going to be close enough that I don't even need it? All right, we're doing it, guys. And run. And we got him. All right. So what I could do is I could just leave him down there. So he will just respawn. If I leave him there, then he won't respawn. But I want his meat and his hide, because one of the initial cool armors there are now in 1.21 is bear armor. I could be throwing my spears at him. I would have been getting, I think, 3 points of damage instead of 1 point of damage. But I also, didn't want to lose my spears. All right, let's see what he got. So it's a dead female black bear. What do you have on you? You're low. Okay, we still got it. It was low fat. Although on that note, I actually want the fat. Never mind. Low fat sucks because I didn't get multiple things of fat. I also need 2 fat for the 1 hide. So actually this was a wash for getting ourselves fat. That's annoying because I want that hide to be fatted, to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Oiled? Oiled, maybe. I'll take a look when I actually go get the fat. Yes, I want it oiled, but that takes 2 fat. Silly, low fatted bear. I need more animals. All right, let's go get our piece of fat then, and on the ground. And where's the fat? There it is. So, like so. What's it called? Oiled. It was oiled. My brain was going like buttered. So it's curable. That was the actual word I was looking for. So 2 fat to 1 large black bear. I believe this is what I want to do. Just a second. Just making sure. Oiled. And then that's going to create a black bear. Yes, great. See, once it's been cured, I'll be able to make some items with it. All right, perfect. Let's get you on the ground. And you can cure it in a container. It'll take a little longer. You can also just keep it on your body. I think that's the fastest way for it to cure. You can also put it on the ground. It's kind of cute, isn't he? Sorry, buddy. So it will cure slowly. You can already see if I look at it, it's 0% cured. But over time it will cure. Let's get some more bear meat going. We got 10 of it already cooked up. Might as well get some more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that fire was already still cooking away. That's perfect. And now I can just munch on this wild bushmeat. So I get 120 saturation per piece of bushmeat, which is actually pretty good. All right, let's go see if there's anything else for me to hunt out there, because I need some more fat. Well, it seems like all the bears that we were all scared of, sorry, the bear and the wolves that we were scared of, we've already dispatched, because we have been dispatching wolves left, right, and center. I found some clay. So I might have to go a little bit further out to get some more of that. And I think that's what I want to do anyway, is I want to do a little bit more exploring just to see what's out there. In fact, one place I really want to go exploring, and this actually wouldn't be a bad thing to go get some stuff, is I walked by this ruin, but I didn't go in there because I wanted to wait for you guys. So maybe going up there and checking out that ruin might be something that we take our time doing here. Is there any other ruins and stuff down here that I can go look at? Don't know what that thing is. At first glance, there might be something right there. That's a fruit tree, I think. Are we seeing anything else? Might be something in there. Oh well, let's go check out that ruin I already know. Oh, there's a ruin right there. Is that one even closer? Yeah, that one's closer. Let's go check out that ruin up there. And on the way, we'll keep our eye out for anything easy for us to snag. Am I going in the right direction? I am going in the right direction. The other thing we're looking on the lookout for is more flax. Because even though we have already 64 on the ground, in my perfect world, we have like over 200 in the ground. We're going to need so much flax, particularly for like my windmill setup. And you need a lot of flax for boats. And I want to get boats going as soon as possible because at the very least by winter, I want to have boats so that we can get ourselves to the south to get a bunch of stuff going on here. Mostly the 2 different... Oh, what was that? Was that a wolf pup? I think so. I should be having my spear out and ready, shouldn't I? I want to get down to the south because of the 2 or 3 types of flowers that are down there that I'm really wanting to get my hands on. Just making sure I'm continuing to go in the right direction. All right, I was correct. That is a maple forest. Let's actually head in there a little bit because I do want to get potions going relatively quickly now that we have the ability to make ourselves barrels. So one of the ingredients for potions is horsetail. It's also one of the ingredients for healing poultices and healing bandages, so getting myself a decent stockpile of these guys wouldn't be the end of the world. But the other thing I need for potions are poisonous mushrooms, which I believe we discussed in past episodes, but I don't know if I ever collected any. There's some right in front of me. FYI, forests are the domain of bears and wolves, so keeping an eye out and keeping an ear peeled is a very smart thing to do. And that left me with 12 mushrooms. That's not a bad starting point. In fact, that's actually pretty good. Let's get ourselves over to that ruin. I see it in the distance there. I also see something else there. Is that a bear or a wolf? That's a wolf. Is it alone? Wait, that's not a wolf. What are you? What the heck? It's a gravestone. Oh, well, I'm blind. Let's see what's under the grave. Got ourselves some oak seeds. Got ourselves an obsidian knife. Got some healing potion, poultice. We just talked about that. And we got some oak seeds. You know what? I'll take all of that. Thank you, good sir, whoever you were, for, you know, being buried with oak seeds. Oh, I hear a wolf. Oh, maybe it was a wolf I saw. Am I missing a spear? Where's my third spear? I don't know where I lost it to. Did I put it away? Well, there's a good use of that healing poultice. Let's keep collecting you guys. And let's keep our head in a swivel while we're heading a little bit this direction. I'm going to use the healing potion in just a second, guys. Don't worry. Just wanted to... Okay, I have a little bit left there. Oop. Ah! I don't know where this wolf is. Nerd pull. Oh, there he is. Are you still coming for me? Oh, shoot. Piss off, you guys. Let's take some healing here. You can see the healing of the little green bar down here in the on my healing slot. So no longer, since this patch, does the healing immediately go to your bar. You actually have to wait for it to fill in. Well, that was terrifying, wasn't it? So there's a wolf over there, and there is a shiver over there for some weird reason, and there's another wolf right there. This is a dangerous, dangerous area. And they're kind of hanging out where I want to be. So you're right there. I am going to just like do a wide roam and see if I can get around these guys and still get to where I want to be. I don't know where that white wolf went though. So I want to keep my ears and eyes peeled, because I do not have enough. Oh, there's also pigs in here. Kind of terrifying. And a bunch of cattails, which is not a bad thing to know about. Keep my ears and eyes peeled. Sorry, just listening. Cool. Well, this is gonna be a ruin that I'm gonna want to come back to. Ooh. Fun. Wow. 1, 2, 3 different vessels. And you've got some feathers. You know what? 5 more flax. That is immediately enough to get myself 1 more container. Absolutely awesome. Let's launch on this husbandry to make myself some space. I did not bring any of my blocks with me. Do I have anything I can throw away? I mean, I can probably toss the bones. You know what? I'm just gonna take them back with me. Seed vessel. Ooh, fun. These are soybean seeds. Soybean seeds are one of the only seeds that will give you protein. One of the plants will give you protein. Unfortunately, as we talked about before, oh no, they are cold resistant down to 5. That's crazy. But they do take K nutrients, which is the same nutrients that flax takes. So that's kind of annoying. But still, that's not bad at all. And there's some flax as we speak. All right, is there anything else in here that I want to grab? I think I might plant those soybeans. If they're good down to -40, that's crazy. I thought that they were far more heat intolerant, not tolerant. All right, just making sure I don't see any more vessels or anything around here. Now, lots of the time for these ruins, there are things buried underneath. So it is actually a good idea, if you have the time, oh, we have an ore vessel, to go and do a little bit of scavenge under the ground. And I just got myself some black coal. Not bad. It's one of the best coals in the game. Am I seeing anything else here? No, I'm not. Wait, this is not the same room. This is a different room, isn't it? Yes, it has a staircase that goes up. I don't see any vessels. Oh, wait, I do. Right there. And what do we got here? Are you... you know what? I'm going to leave those behind. And I know the bony soils there. I might want to come back for it. That is fire clay. Oh, you know what that means? I can get myself... There's somebody here. I can get myself a... Okay, I need to get myself out of here. I can get myself... Shoot, I'm being sniped. Just run away. Just run away. I can get myself a stove as soon as possible. A clay oven. There's the word, man. My dyslexia and finding words sometimes is absolutely horrifying. All right, we're running away from that spot, though. I hear you. There's a wolf pup over there. This is a dangerous space. I always forget how dangerous and scary the early game is when you have no armor. I'm so used to, like, running around in, like, at least Gambison. But I am very squishy right now. So squishy that I'm not even going to try and go for that boar. Because I don't even have any... Yeah, I don't even have any normal meat on me. That boar would be not useless to grab. It would just be a little less than helpful to grab. Let's just run home to the home place. Actually, as I'm going, I do have a cooking book to launch on there. That'll get a little bit of an inventory spot out for me. Perfect. Hello, Mr. Rabbit. I really need to set this as my home base. Is that... Making sure that I'm alone. That is even more brown coal. Let's just get it on the map. So much more brown coal. Well, I guess I don't even need to get a pit kiln going or a charcoal pit going because I just have coal everywhere. There's another wolfie right there. Let's do a little bit of ducking and dodging, particularly because I only have 2 of my spears. I wonder where I lost the other spear. Should take a quick gander around to see if I can find it anywhere. It wasn't in here. That's frustrating. I don't remember what wolf I was fighting that I would have lost it. I'm probably going to want to make myself another one quickly. All right, well, while I'm here, let's get these soybeans in the ground. I need to get a little bit more code here, though, to get the last 2. Do I have... I only have 1 piece of flint on me. All right, let's get the rest of this stuff put away before I think about that. Found it. Thought I might have done that. Stupid thing to do. All right, let's get some more stuff in here, including you 2 and you. I've got 9 medium pelts. That's actually not bad at all. And now that I've got that stuff mostly put away, let's take the seeds out of there because seeds won't go bad. I can make one of my last few bags. 1. Boom, chakalaka. Get you. Perfect. Cool, cool. All right, and we have everything we need to get some potions going, actually. I want to do that because I want speed potions as soon as frickin' possible. So let's get this stuff put away. You get put away, you get put away. I know this is all in just like the most random ass spot in the entire world. I'll figure it out later. We also gonna need to get some more some more smithing stuff going because my shovel is almost done. You know what? No, stop getting distracted, Jared. Let's go get the stuff on the ground, and then we'll get some smithing going. I like it when plants all become mature at the same time. Makes life way easier to collect them. Freaking riffs. All right, let's get some more copper going. That's gonna get me 180. I can get up to 13, basically. There we go. 1,300 copper. Perfect. How are these guys doing? Oh, these ones are done. I was just clocking that it would be really nice for me to be able to keep one of these on my body. But I put you in here. So let's make 2 more of these guys. It really hurts my my body. Hurts my body and my soul to utilize these guys this way, because it would be really nice to use that fat for windmill setup. But I wanted this in here because this is where I'm going to be needed to be doing most of the firing. All right, back into you go. And you are ready for some charcoal. Got 5 charcoal right there. All right, I've got these guys mostly situated and all spread out, except for that one that's not utilized yet. But what I'm going to do is, so that I know and so that you guys know, I'm going to make a few signs here. So I'll make a sign. It's just a board and a stick. Apparently it's 2 boards and a stick, so I can only make 2 of them. But we can get this thing started, and then I can just do that. And then to write on them, you need to have a piece of charcoal. So what I've got going on here is dirt and stones, randoms. Well, I guess I have 2 randoms here, don't I? Let's make more than 2 random, or only 1 random. Okay, you go away. There we go. This one is anything that is clay related, blacksmithing, and anything alive. So trees, bushes, seeds, the like, and door, and a branch. So I need a log, and yeah, because I need more boards, and I have no trees on me. Sticks can also go in there. All right, how are you going? It might need 1 more piece of charcoal. We will see whether it actually needs to go there or not. It seems like it's pretty close. We're probably gonna be fine. Did the rest of these go? Nope, they're still firing. That's okay. All right, is there anything else I need to be working on? Oh, one other thing that I realized. So the fire clay is what I need. So I have 23 of it. I can right click and there's a few different things you can make with fire clay. The one big one, in fact, I think it's the only one difference, is the clay oven. Unfortunately, it takes 69 fire clay. Hilarious, but the truth. And I only have 23, so I have to wait to get myself some more fire clay. But that would actually be a lovely thing to have. So the moment this thing is done, in which it is almost, I might get myself some flint in there. In fact, let's get 15 going in there and throw you back here. That's the wrong one. In there. And where did my flint get put? There it is, 51 flint. I hear you, buddy. You stay in your own home. And I'm going to put the flint in here. So when I cook flint, it turns into calcified flint. And then from the calcified flint, I can grind that down into powdered calcified flint, which I can then use to make fire clay. Stay away, dude. It's not your time. Let's get ourselves a few more nails and strips for even more storage and some batch ingot molds. Absolutely beautiful. So that's going to be 6, and I did 13. So in the next run, I could probably get myself maybe 1 more pickaxe or something. But let's get these guys going before that. And I don't think there's much else for me to be doing in here. Is there anything else I want to be clay forming? I've got a crock pot and a ground storage. You know what? Some more crock pots and at least 1 more pot would not be a bad idea. So while those guys are out there hanging out, I may make myself a few more crocks just to get some more food going on me, and a few more cooking pots, because I am going to need at least 1 more cooking pot to be a dirty cooking pot. So let's do that. I'm going to spend the night doing some more clay forming. Perfect. All right, so that is 2 more crocks, another crucible, and a clay cooking pot. because I like to have multiple crucibles going at the same time sometimes. So let's get all of these chilling. Unfortunately, you can't stack crocs, but that's okay. And let's get you guys out of there. One croc, one crucible. Oh no, wait, they do stack when they are dry. I forgot about that. Or when they're wet. There we go. All right, let's get these guys fired off. Do I have all the necessary ingredients? This is why I need frickin' storage. Yes, yes, and 1, 2, 3, 4. I do not need these right away, so I'll let them go the old-fashioned slow way. Perfect, perfect, and perfect. Where's my fire? Fire's in here. I have made fire. There we go. Burn away. Perfect. Love to see it. And one more time. I think that this just has to be... Oh, no, wait. When the doors open... Oh, no. Never mind. It is a cellar. It's a house over here. It's a cellar in here. And it's not indoors in here because it's probably open at the other end. That's funny. There we go. So again, I'm looking up at this little symbol here. So that's saying cellar. This is saying house. So this is saying house because it's too big to be a cellar. But it actually will stay. Everything's fine. Even if the door is open, you don't have to keep the door closed. But it's probably a good idea. And these guys are burning away. So I've got 18 flint chunks burning away here. To grind these up, I'm going to need to make a grindstone. But I need to have a hard stone for a grindstone. Claystone is not a hard stone. So I will not be able to use claystone for that. I'm going to need to have a little bit of a harder surface. But I think that I'm going to go to bed here and wait till morning to do anything else. Because I don't want to deal with you guys, at least not at night. So I'm going to sleep at least a few hours here and see where that takes us. And let's get up at 6:30 in the morning. Our friends are still screaming out there. We need more food. So let's get some more food going here. These guys are still cooking. So I guess I'll make myself a new fireplace. Is that going to be a stick? I'm being a piece of grass? It is not. These guys are running away into the darkness. I know I'm a little bit of a chicken for not fighting you guys, but I'm okay with it. I'm going to, hopefully you're, nope, you're not too cold. Put you down there. And let's get one more fire pit going here because fighting it has been bad. At least it looks like I need some more firewood. Unfortunately, you cannot use, you can't use peat to make fires, so I need more firewood. I'm also almost starving. Do I have anything I can just munch on in here? Yeah, I've got some berries. We'll just munch on some berries while we're going off to get some more stuff. So, more firewood to start off with. And we'll get some food on the go. Well, I think that while that's cooking, I think I might call this episode here. I know we didn't get a huge amount done, but we did get these guys in the ground, which is pretty awesome. We got our home base set up at least a little bit more than we did, and we did go over to that spot over there. I think, yeah, I think that's not a bad spot to leave the episode. So, on that note, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, I forgot about my new armor. You guys haven't seen that. Okay, yeah, sorry. Leaving it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. You've been awesome as usual. Please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next episode of Vintage Story. Bye, everybody. Yeah.